Yesterday, so I'm going to repeat myself a little bit. My dream project is actually doing my first album, which is about to come out at the beginning of next year. And I think that's been one of my biggest dreams, just to have people listening to the songs I write and sing.
So, and you guys know that she has a song in the movie, right? It's pretty amazing. So, and I think that there's a rumor that she might be playing her song for you guys at some point in the near future. That's all I can. But not tonight, unfortunately. She left her guitar at home or somewhere. But, and then for me, I think, God, my ideal project, find an incredible story and make it from scratch. Because that, to me, like, making a film is the most interesting thing that I could imagine to do. So, I love, I have a couple ideas, and you guys can write me and tell me what you think I should make. I take suggestions. But it's an incredible process to make something, especially something like this. It was incredible to be a part of, like, to see it from all the way through, how a movie like this is made. It's incredibly fun.
Anonymous wants to know, was it hard dealing with the cold weather?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Apparently vampires don't need big jackets.
Yeah, that's what happened. We were shooting the battle scene. We were in Louisiana, and it was freezing weather. But because we're vampires, we had like little tiny t-shirts. And oh, by the way, the only one that had a big coat throughout the whole scene was Camargo.
All right, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I had a coat.
With fake fur all over him. And we laughed at him the first night, and then we were all extremely jealous.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what happened.
He lucked out.
And luckily I don't have to wear a dress, which is a big plus. I can try. I got some legs. I mean, I know. I'll show you later. Was that karaoke? I missed karaoke. Darn, I could have done that. But oh well.
I did. It was fun.
Elka again wants to know, how did you get into acting?
For me, it was a family business. My great-grandmother, my grandfather, my grandmother, my mother, my aunt, my uncle, they were all actors. So it just seemed like that was what I should do. So it was a very strange thing. I mean, none of them were famous or big stars, but they just made their living that way. So that's what I did.
Yeah, my grandfather was an actor and an architect, and he always wanted to act professionally, and I think I got it from him.
Where is Sheila? Team Twilight, Sheila?
What is that buzz? Something's buzzing.
There's Sheila. Sheila wants to know, what was your reaction when you found out you were cast in Breaking Dawn?
And it's not every day that you get an opportunity to be part of like an amazing phenomena like Twilight. So obviously there was a lot of jumping up and down.
Yeah, I was pretty excited, especially when I found out that I was going to be playing opposite Mr. Camargo here.
Thank you. Not a bad wife, right?
Best fictional husband ever.
I mean, when you're going to be in a relationship for 400 years, you better get the right one.
Anonymous says, have you had any great fan experiences?
Fan experience regarding Twilight, just everything has been amazing. I mean, I'm such a grandpa when it comes to Facebook and Twitter and all these things, and the Twilight fandom is what I call it, has been so great to get me up to date. You guys really do know how this works, and you guys have been phenomenal, everyone.
Yeah, I've been having some beautiful responses from the song in the soundtrack, and just getting all these beautiful messages on Twitter, and just talking to the fans, you know, firsthand, just replying to messages they send. It's been really amazing. Yeah.
I have to say that I started a Twitter account because someone said you should, and I did. And I immediately got hacked, and I got all sorts of problems, and oh, it's me. Sorry, is this better? I think it has something to do with being a vampire. I swear to God, everything happens that way. but it's like you guys were the ones to actually tell me like how it worked, and then I got hacked, and then they told me what to do to not get hacked, and then to go and do this, and then see that person. So basically, my whole homework, I'm coming to you from now on. It's like, how do I deal with this? Oh, I see. You know, what's a hard drive? Oh.
How was it like dealing with the contacts?
Oh, I hate
So hard.
I had to have numbing drops. I was the only one with a big heavy coat and numbing drops for my eyes. Sort of not that tough.
Yeah, the eyes were really tough because you cannot see absolutely anything, and you're a little bit in this blur. Like you have like a yellow cloud over you all the time. So it was a little bit tough. And then it was tough because when we shot the final scene in the green screen, we had fake snow. And that didn't help with the contact lenses. That fake snow dust was not a friend.
No, and then when you're doing fights, you know, you can't see onto the sides, so you're trying to act all tough, and yet you don't see that someone actually has their fist in your face.
So, you told me that we were not going to tell them that we had been fighting so much.
Oh yeah. See, I didn't say it was your fist.
Okay.
But now that we're talking about that, I can clear it up. Domestic disputes in Vampire Land. They're rough. They are rough.
America Velasquez? Okay. Oh, okay. She wants to know, what is your favorite part about the Twilight story?
I think my favorite part is the honeymoon.
Of course.
It's such a romantic part of the story, and yeah, I think the Brazil part is my favorite part.
I hate the stereotype because my favorite part is the fight at the end, you know. So, and it's an awesome fight. You guys are going to be really stunned. So that was my favorite part of the story. Just how everything comes together, and how you see how this story goes on and on and on beyond the page. Because it affects everyone. I mean, I think that's why you guys like it, right? Because you can associate with it. That's why I like it. So it's just incredible how, even though the books end, the message continues and you keep relating to it. And through that fight and how it's resolved, you guys are going to be really shocked. It's going to be great.
Kindle? There you are. Kindle is asking Christian. She wants to know, any chance you'll be coming back to Dexter for flashbacks?
I don't know. I've heard that maybe you want to start tuning in starting Sunday. I don't know. That's what I've heard. So maybe.
Violet. Violet? Oh, right there. Hi. This is for Mia. She says, I loved you on Alias, and I can't wait to see you in Breaking Dawn. Would you prefer to do more TV or feature film projects now that your music career is launching?
I think movies go better with a music career because of all the touring and the live shows. But I love my time in Alias. It was such a beautiful show to be part of. So, yeah. I actually miss my Alias family a little bit. So, yeah, if I get the chance to do another show like Alias, I think I would get on board right away, for sure.
Nadia. I'm sure you're here, but I can't find you. Nadia wants to know, is there any certain thing you do to get into character?
For Twilight or in general? I'm assuming for Twilight maybe. Because Twilight for me is, it was so much part of the putting on the makeup, putting on the eyes, putting on the outfit. Like, as soon as you get into that makeup chair and then you get all the clothes on, and you really don't need to do much other than look in the mirror. And I know that sounds very basic and silly, but it's true. Like, all of a sudden your own imagination kicks in and you're like, it's sort of like Halloween, you know, we dress up, we become something, and we imagine it so strongly that it becomes us, and we don't have to work that hard. And I think that something like this is really easy to be a part of, from an acting element. Other parts, when you have to play more yourself, are a lot harder, because we generally don't step outside and look at ourselves, so it's very hard to say, you know, you play yourself, now go. It's hard. But Twilight was very, very refreshing.
Yeah, same answer as Christian. And also I think we were so many vampires on set, then we had this feeling of like being a pack, you know, a very strange pack of people. So it was just really easy to get into character with the whole costume, the contact lenses, and just being part of this group.
And as you know, it's really fun to dress up, so we had a blast doing it, you know. I mean, it was Halloween every day.
Anonymous wants to know, what is your most embarrassing moment, if you can share it?
Ever? There's a lot. On Twilight, embarrassing moment, gosh, I don't think I had any. Okay, I think I came up with a special superpower to kick people in the shins.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that was my special power. It didn't go over well.
No, he was kicking Lee Pace in the shins all the time,
yeah.
and I had to stop.
It became a little embarrassing.
Yeah, I was embarrassed. That was probably my most embarrassing moment.
Yeah. Thanks, wifey.
Besides Twilight, what's your favorite vampire movie?
Oh, I've just forgotten the title. It was Catherine Bigelow's early movie with William Dafoe. Anyone? Huh? I can't. After Dark. Near Dark. Near Dark. Very good, thank you.
Let the Right One In. I don't know if anyone has seen it. I love that film. And I love both versions. I think it's Danish. The Danish version and the American version is beautiful. Swedish. Sorry, I mixed up my Nordic countries. That's embarrassing. This is my most embarrassing moment.
Anonymous, this is for Christian. They want to know, and they say, you also do theater. If you could be in any stage play, what would it be?
Well, for theater nerds out there, I mean, Hamlet is sort of the #1 thing, and I had the opportunity to do that, and it still is the one I want to do again. So, and hopefully next year I'll be able to do that. So that would be the one. It's like playing the violin. Once you can master that one, everything else will be easy, you know. So that's what I feel.
We were joking on set, and we decided that Christian had the power of Shakespeare. So to fight the world tour, he would just go into a Shakespearean monologue.
I wanted to seem like Eleazar is the bunt of all jokes, but it seems like that happened. Thanks, wifey.
Annie would like to know, what has changed for you since becoming a part of the Twilight Saga movies?
Well, you guys, for one, that's for sure. Absolutely. It's, I think that for now is really the biggest thing. I mean, once the movies come out and they're in the general consciousness, that'll change a lot. I think that, you know, more work opportunities obviously open up for that, so that's been really lovely and nice. But really for me, it's getting to know you guys, and through all of the, you know, technological, I can't speak. I just got off a plane, sorry. Is to get to know you guys, because it's actually, you guys are such a help to us, and becomes, I know I was just talking about theater, but what I love about theater is that you're on a stage and you have an audience, and the audience is part of the play. Without an audience, you don't have a piece of theater. And in a way, this situation is similar. Like, without you guys, we don't have this movie. And there's a definite dialogue that is happening between both sides. And to me, that's really exciting, about where the medium of film can go, and how we're bringing theater, the element I like about it, into movies.
I think that's something very special about Twilight, just having this huge following and audience, and this amazing fans, and I think when the song comes out, that's going to change a little bit my life, I hope, because it's such a privilege to have a song in a soundtrack that is so heard and listened all over the world. So I think that's really going to help my music career and just introduce the song to the world. So I'm really excited about that.
Not to mention, there's a lot of other songs that are incredibly amazing on her album, by the way.
You're my biggest fan.
I am, big fan.
Laura from Twilight Lexicon. All right, well, Laura's here somewhere, and she wants to know, can you tell us about working with Bill Condon?
Who's that? Oh, he's the director, yeah. He's amazing. I mean, Bill, how do you describe someone who's incredibly sweet?
The warmest.
Yeah.
He was the warmest person on set.
He had so much to manage, and yet it was seamless. Like, he was a normal person. You know, I don't know about you, but I work with directors who, you know, everything that's happening to them on the outside is happening to them as a person, and they're very unpleasant to be around. But he was incredible.
He was never overwhelmed
No.
by the amount of things that he had to do and the amount of actors he had to direct. We were hundreds at moments, and he was so personal with each one of us. And it was just really lovely to know that he was just behind all of us.
I think like a director is like someone who runs a business very well. They pick the right people, and he was able to pick the most amazing crew and the most amazing technical people to help along with the process, so that he was able to concentrate on the actors and the moment and the scenes. And that's why I think when you see these movies, he brings out such a human element even further, even more. It's more about relationships, even though the special effects and everything else is incredible. So he's got such a talent for making everything run smoothly, and he's a wonderful presence. Have you guys heard him speak or talk? Isn't he amazing?
He's wonderful.
Yeah, big fan.
Do you have a hidden talent?
Well, hers used to be. No. What? Hidden talent, do you? I mean, hidden talent. I used to.
We are actors. We try to put our talents all the time outside.
That's what happens. The more work you do, the less surprises there are.
Well, you're a bird watcher. That's a pretty good talent.
I mean, listen, everyone's going to think I'm like 8,000 years old. I'm only 483. No, I do. We filmed in Squamish, in British Columbia, and I am fascinated with the American eagle, because it's the most incredible, beautiful bird. And they migrate up there, and we went to this eagle center up there. I dragged Mia, my wife, along, and we had an amazing time.
We had the most beautiful day, yeah.
And they're incredible birds, and they're our national bird, and we know so little about them. So I was just so much into figuring that out. It was fun. And this one is a trekker. She's like Miss Hiker. That's all she's like out there. Your amazing dog. How's your dog?
So good.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I got on a tangent.
Do you have any Twilight fans in your families?
Yes, it's amazing that you don't think that these people are Twilight fans in my family, because if you guys met them, you'd be like, no way. No way. And I'm like, oh my God, they are. And so it was really amazing, because everyone tried to play it off like, that's cool, yeah, that's great. And then every once in a while I get an email, and then another email, where are you now? Where are you now? I'm like, what do you care? I don't care. And after after we finished rapping, I called them all out.
Yeah, I have some Twilight fans in my family in Argentina. My niece is a fan, and I do have some friends that are big Twilight fans, but they haven't actually admitted it yet.
See, what is that about?
But they just keep on calling regarding the premieres, like, oh, do you have a extra ticket? Or some wanted to come to the convention today. It's like, oh, just come and bring you lunch. And I'm like, really? Yeah, just come.
Yeah, and it's amazing, it was like my older male fans, who were like dragged there by their girlfriend or this or that, and then all of a sudden they're in it and they're so embarrassed. It's like, whoa, what's wrong with you? This one changed it all.
Could you tell us a little bit about your audition process for Breaking Dawn?
Mine was super simple. I just went in and I read a couple of lines, including Bebelinda, as you may know the line. And that was it. And then 20 days later, I found out that I was cast in the film, but I couldn't say anything because I was one of the first characters to be cast from the new Vampires cast, so I had to keep it a secret for 2-3 months. And yeah, I didn't even meet Bill Condon throughout the audition process. I did everything with the casting director, so it was fairly simple.
And I was in England at the time, so I did a similar thing. I just put myself on tape, sent it in, and didn't hear anything for a while, and all of a sudden, bam, there it was. Yeah, so it was a bit of a surprise. Yeah. I mean, I also sent an envelope with $10,000 in it, but
Annie again. Annie wants to know, if you were not an actor, what would you be doing instead?
if I wasn't an actor, I used to have a car shop, believe it or not. Yeah, Grandpa had a muscle car shop. But I used to restore old cars, and I love that. I love mechanics, I love cars. It's something I probably would have kept doing if I wasn't doing this.
What do you drive?
Which one do I drive? That's more than... No, right now I have an Oldsmobile, old Pro Street Oldsmobile, and I have an old Land Cruiser that I believe it or not, that's what I drive around. But it's a great truck to get in. I have a place in the desert, so it's very useful to have a truck out there. And I used to do a little drag racing, so that's what I used to do with them. I know, see, Grandpa. And but no, my favorite car probably was a Cuda. That's what I had. Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful cars. Yeah, I know there's this debate about Ford and Chevy, and we'll talk about that later.
I think I would be a journalist or something to do with nature, a professional diver or professional hiker.
Well, that's the other thing. She swims with sharks, literally. She does that. Bizarre.
If you could meet anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow. These are intense questions. I thought we were talking about the film. Give me 1 second.
Question Camargo?
No, you met me. Okay, if I had to go out on a limb...
I know.
Oh, good.
I would meet one of my favorite writers, Murakami. He's a wonderful Japanese writer, and he was nominated for the Nobel Prize this year, but didn't get it. But I would love to meet him, definitely.
Wow.
How about you?
Who's really, really important and obscure? There, exactly. I'd like to meet her. Thank you. And I just did, so I beat you!
What are some of your favorite movies?
One of my favorite movies is Death in Venice by Luchino Visconti. Okay, good. So...
Star Wars? What was that? I missed that. Oh, which Star Wars? You know, believe it or not, I like the old ones. I really do. I mean, yeah, some of the special effects are weird and this and that, but I was lucky enough to do a movie with Harrison Ford ages ago, and just to see... I'm telling you, I must be radioactive or something. But I mean, I'm telling you, even though it was years later, like just hearing his voice just brings you into this other realm. it's going to be what this is, you know? Like everyone, it's going to stay with you for a long time. But there's some similarity there.
All right, we're out of submitted questions, so we're going to have some fun with the audience. If you guys have a question, just raise your hand and we'll get to you.
How would you recommend like a kid my age getting started in acting?
Wow, I would recommend really doing some research, really watching a lot of movies. I mean, that is one of the best way to learn about acting is watching. And if there's any way that you can talk to actors, you know, really about observing. That's what acting is so much about, that people don't realize. It's, you know, getting jobs is later. That's all about, you know, networking and meeting people and this and that. But to actually learn acting, it's watching. It's being very observant.
Observing life and also reading plays as well.
Yeah.
That would be a good start.
Hi. Yesterday we found out Mia's from Buenos Aires. Where are you from, Christian?
I was born in New York, and I live there now. I live in Harlem. Anyone? New York. Brooklyn. I used to live in Brooklyn. But yeah, I'm from New York, and my grandfather is from Mexico, and nice. There we go. And yeah, and then everyone else mutt. You know, just mutt.
Hi, Christian. You played such a bad guy in Dexter.
No.
Shame on you.
No, he's misunderstood. He grew up in a bloodbath. Come on now.
Well, and then you played such a good guy in this movie, so do you like being a bad guy, or do you like playing a good character?
I have to be honest, I love playing bad guys. They're just so much fun. But, I mean, the right bad guy. You know, I mean, honestly, with Dexter, it's like there's this psychological element that is just so interesting to play, you know. But it's all about the piece.
Hello. Hi. I see you sitting on the producers, actors' chairs up on the stage. Do you prefer sitting on those seats, or do you prefer sitting on normal seats?
I think it's a height issue, because I like taller chairs, because I have long legs. Really simple. It's not an up here, it's a down there. I mean down there.
I like high chairs as well because I'm quite petite and small, so it makes me feel a little bit taller.
To your very far right.
Okay, so were there any really funny things that happened on set?
Wait, let's repeat it? Thank you.
Really funny things that happened?
Yeah, there were really funny things that happened. Hair pieces coming off and costume pieces and this and that, you know, during fight scenes. But it's hard to tell those stories because, you know, when we're in such a close community, it's like your friends, you know? So what's funny to us is definitely not going to be funny to you. But there is definitely a lot of antics. And then, have you guys seen the Romanians yet? Why am I forgetting their names? Well, no, Barry Weinberg and Noel Fisher, but their characters, they were sort of the class clowns, you know, of our group, and we always picked on them, always, you know. So when you see the movie, remember, we're always